instead of just exciting the hell out of you guys with bunch of normal fights in Ancient Inheritance, I know that's the content everybody wants. Let's talk about this survey real quick. So one of the big topics we've had is RTA, third band protection, and what we should do moving forward, if RTA should be changed. So this is the survey, right? They asked me to put your voice matters in here, don't at me over that. So one of the issues we've had with RTA is some people think third band protection is good for RTA, and some think it's really bad. So we're kind of focusing this on third pick ban protection and whether or not we need a third pre-ban. So based on your experiences, how does third pick ban protection impact RTA diversity? So do you guys think it makes that it increases diversity, that you're seeing more units, more comps, more strategies in RTA? Do you think you're seeing less, or do you think it has no impact at all? Or do you just not give an F about RTA? So what do you guys think? I know what I think about this. You're seeing more, I'm seeing more cheese. Should I vote as someone who doesn't RTA? I mean, there's a blank down here for I don't care enough about the game mode to engage with RTA. But if you have watched enough RTA to be like, yeah, I since this has happened, I'm seeing a lot more diversity, or since this has happened, I'm seeing a lot less diversity, that's fine too. Just make it an informed decision, right? It's got to be your opinion, not your favorite streamer's opinion, not what you heard other people in your Discord channel saying it did. You know, make sure that, like, when you answer this, that you answer it coming from some own personal experience, knowledge, or observations, right? Mind you, this is a influencer-driven survey. I'm going to work on trying to get rewards attached to them later, but this one, your only reward is hopefully it makes RTA a better place, right? So give your honest opinion. The next one is, based on your experiences, how does third pick ban protection impact turn order? Does it give first pick a big or small advantage? Does it give second pick a big or small advantage? Or does it change nothing? Like, does it not have any impact on whether or not your first or second pick? So give me your guys' thoughts on that. Please don't parrot my responses. Please give your own opinions on this based on your own observations or experiences in RTA. And if you don't have an opinion, just say you don't care enough about RTA or don't have an opinion. And what is your overall opinion of third pick ban protection? Do you think it makes RTA a better place? Do you think it makes RTA a worse place? Or do you think it, you know, it doesn't really make RTA better or worse? It's just another aspect of RTA that, you know, impacts strategy a little bit, but other than having to repurpose how you think about your draft and how you strategize with your units, it doesn't really make it better or worse. And now that we've talked about the third pick ban protection, we're going to go into a what if, right? What if we add a third pre-ban? Okay, instead of 2 pre-bans at the start, what if we do 3 pre-bans? If we do 3 pre-bans, will it make draft diversity get better? Or will it reduce draft diversity? Will it make certain styles of play so strong that we only see those style of play and we actually reduce diversity? Or will it give you ways to counter certain styles, allowing you to open up more comps and more exciting stuff? Or do you think it will really change nothing at all? So let me know what you think about if they add a third pick. This is not in any way saying it's coming. We're just trying to gauge the community's opinion on it. And with regards to if they add a third pre-ban, what about third pick ban protection if a third pre-ban? So what I'm saying here is, should they do a third pre-ban and keep the ban protection in place? Or should they do a pre-ban and remove the ban protection? Or should they just not do a pre-ban and leave third pick in place, which basically means keep it exactly the way it is right now? Or should they not do either? No third pre-ban, but also get rid of the ban protection, which is basically going back to the way it was the season before last. And of course, you know, you don't care enough. And the last question is kind of a general question, right? It's how do you feel about the state of the meta? This current season, the one that just ended. Did you love it? Did you think it was the best meta ever? Oh, and I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. The current state of the meta, currently, now that it started with Luna, with Ilanov, where we're at right now. Do you love the meta? Do you think it's excellent? Do you just kind of like it? You know, it's fun. It didn't really, it's not your favorite season, but it's definitely not a bad season. You don't really have any opinion. It's not the best season, it's not the worst season, or you kind of disliked it, right? You felt like it wasn't as engaging, it wasn't as fun, or you freaking hate it. You think it's the worst thing since Golden Boys, and you just think it desperately needs to change because it's killing the game. So, let me know your thoughts on the current state of the meta, and then what changes or suggestions would you like to see in RTA and why? This is a little open-ended question, but it's important, right? Enough people say the same things, and they'll track that, and they're going to kind of group it. So be relatively specific. Try not to be overly wordy, or your response may be kind of overlooked because they don't want to read a book report. That's why it's a single block, right? So just try to keep it focused, and really try to keep in mind, suggest changes that are feasible, right? Don't say we should, well, I'm not telling you what to say and what not to say. If you feel passionately about it, say whatever the hell you want. But consider saying things like, there should be 4 pre-bans. Or, add rewards for doing RTA. These are easy changes, right? Saying things like, put in an entire RTA shop. Or, add a mid-draft ban and allow people to draft 6 units. Understand that when those kind of suggestions, those kind of changes... Hey, Sanu, thanks for the follow, buddy. Those kind of changes are UI changes, right? Those kind of changes involve development time and expense, and doing that's a little hard to just kind of test the waters with during pre-seasons. They would have to see a massive number of people want these things to do development time, and I'm not saying that they wouldn't happen. They very likely could, but they aren't going to happen fast. If you think this is, if this is stuff that you want urgently changed immediately, say that. If it's stuff you think it would be nice down the road, months from now, to see an RTA shop, mention that. Just understand that everybody and their brother can say, completely change the UI and add all of this stuff that requires developer time, but it's probably not going to happen right away. So, put what you like here. Just understand that it's, gauge your responses, right? Put in there things that you want it. If you want it changed immediately, keep it simple. If you think it would be nice to add over the next year or so, make it as complex as you want. But type what you think would be good in here, like unnerf whining.
Okay, everyone, type. We want RTA shop now.
Yeah. For real, and if you put in here nerf units, a lot of the community is going to have to be behind that, because nerfing things, there's always huge blowback with that. So, be reasonable. Don't put in things like, end masters, get RTA selector. I don't care how many people put that in there, it's not going to happen. So be constructive, right? So let's see. Rewards for doing RTA would be nice. And you know what I want? Rotating bi-weekly pre-bans. With no rotating bans the last 2 weeks of RTA. Right? I don't want this for advantage. I want this for enjoyment. I want for there to randomly, for there to be rotating pre-bans. It can even be based on the GG with what the most common units are being selected. Maybe those are banned the next week. And just for a couple of weeks, that might make it fun, might make it engaging. And if you go, I hate it, I hate this week, it's banning the units I lean on. Okay, just do one fight to maintain your rank, and then the next 2 weeks it changes. And then the last 2 weeks when people are pushing, let everybody just play with everything they got. I think that would be fun. Anyway, click done and your response is good. Okay? Mind you, this survey does not come with leifs. It does not come with rewards. The rewards are you're making RTA a better, more enjoyable place, hopefully, and your voice is being heard in a real and meaningful way. I've been promised that this survey will get to Korea, will be looked at. The community managers and the directors at Smilegate helped put this survey together, so it's not like this is just a one-off thing. Hopefully, I will be able to get some rewards attached to it on future surveys, and we certainly will do future surveys. So if you have any questions or recommendations, drop them in the comments section. And yeah, thanks for being a part of making Epic 7 a better place, guys.